This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
As we welcome you inside the Spectrum at Utah State University, and we welcome you to the Battle of the Border. As tonight, the Preston Indians will take on the Logan Grizzlies in Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. In Game 1 that just wrapped up a few minutes ago, Skyview from here in Smithfield, just up the road a piece, knocked off the number 1 seed in 5A in the state of Idaho, Madison, by a score of 66-57. And Ron Smaley joining me on the broadcast tonight. To be honest with you, it wasn't really that close.
It wasn't, and most of us thought that Madison would probably beat Skyview, so hats off to Skyview for coming and playing hard and getting the victory. It's a good win for a 3A Utah school over a 5A powerhouse in Idaho.
Yeah, exactly. So here in Game 2, Preston will take on Logan, two schools that know a lot about each other. Kids play against each other in the summertime. They've played back-to-back, or I should say home-and-home games each of the last 4 years, in which Preston won 6 of the 8 games played. Preston's coming off a 66-55 win at Blackfoot before the holiday break. Ty Hyde turned in a season-high 26 points, and Luke Smaley came through with what's a good game for him, could be a season-high for him as well, with 13.
Yeah, it was a good win for Preston, and, talking about the Logan, if you will, the rivalry going back and forth a little bit, those were some good games over the years, but I think Coach Brown is probably pleasant with the neutral site, kind of a neutral site. I mean, we are in Logan, but, we did get the best of them in that home-and-home series, but with going into the new district with more teams, we had to give up a couple of games, so we couldn't do as many home-and-home games as we had. So this is fun, though, to have this kind of a crowd and atmosphere for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Logan has struggled coming in early part of the year. They're 3-7 coming into tonight's game. They beat Pineview last Saturday, 54-52 on a last-second shot by Josh Jensen that proved to be the difference, and that broke a 5-game losing streak.
Josh Jensen is good at those last-second shots. He hit one last year to force overtime against us. But yeah, I was talking to a couple of my friends. I'm a Logan High graduate, by the way. This is my alma mater.
Wow.
But before the game, I was talking to a couple of them, and they said that the Grizzlies have a lot of talent. They just haven't gelled yet. Like they haven't found their roles and where they're at. So that's kind of one of the reasons why they've struggled a little bit.
Another reason why they're missing one of their best players until just 3 games ago. That's Anthony McDade. He was out after suffering a knee injury in football, and that win against Pineview was only his 3rd game that he'd played in basketball season, so he missed a big chunk of the preseason.
Yeah, no pun intended, but he is the quarterback of the basketball team. I mean, he runs the offense, he makes things happen, and so I'm sure Coach Brown is happy to get him back. And
after tonight, Preston's at home on Saturday, and they dive headfirst into the rest of the conference season. They play Canyon Ridge coming up on Saturday night.
Yeah, and that'll be a fun home game for the fans to come out and watch a good Preston team.
So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll chat with Tyler Jones, the head coach. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Bit close.
Yeah, on the road, we've talked about it's tough to play, and first game after the Christmas break, we kind of were a little sluggish at times, but we had some good spurts. I thought the second half especially we played pretty well, and were able to pull away in that second half up there.
It was nice that Ty could turn in a career high at 26 too, just when you needed it.
Yeah, and they didn't really have an answer for him down low. They didn't have a lot of size. They had really good guards, but Ty was big that night, and that's what this team, we're trying to figure out. But a different night, we've had different people step up, and Ty and Cooper have been consistent. But I thought Luke played really well up at Blackfoot, had a good floor game, took care of the ball, and that's what we got to have other people step up.
So you turn your sights now here on Logan coming up here tonight. Logan's a team that you have played quite a bit in the past, a kind of a home and home each year over the last 3 or 4 years. But this year you decide not to do that.
Yeah, with the new conference, where we have 13 conference games, we had to add a few of those teams that we've never played before. So the schedule was tough, and we were able to keep a one game with them, which we like, where it's a good rivalry, and we always get good crowds. So we thought we'd try something new this year, and we agreed they worked it out where we could come here and play, and this should be a lot of fun tonight.
Things you remember about Logan or what they might try to do to you?
Yeah, they're good. They have some really good players. The Jensen kid down low is going to be a force. He's 6'6", 6'7", and can jump out of the gym. So he's going to cause us problems down low. It would be tougher for Ty to get going with his length, and he can really jump out of the gym. And then they struggled early on, but they're playing better right now. Their best player, Anthony McDade, he's been out, hurt himself in football, his knee, and he's been back the last couple of games, kind of getting. They said he's about back to 100%. So with him, he changes things. He's their best player, their floor general, and he's a handful. He can shoot and get to the rim extremely quick. So, and then they have some kids that have been around the last couple of years with experience. So they're solid. I've seen them on film a little bit, and they shoot the 3-ball really well, and they like to shoot that. So we're going to have to do a good job of contesting shots.
You're reading some of the newspaper stories leading up to the game. They seem to think there's a couple of kids on each team, once their high school careers are over, can move up and play at Division I.
Yeah, and I think tonight, just you see this game going on right now. There's some great talent right now in Cache Valley, and I think definitely there's some kids that can go on and whether what level I'm not sure yet, but I think definitely go on and play at some level at the next level. So tonight, a great event, and hopefully there's a good turnout. Already looks like it's starting to fill up, and a great time to come see 2 great games here. Madison's ranked #1 in the state in 5A in Idaho, and Skyview, we saw them up at our tournament. They're a talented bunch.
It ought to be a fun night. Good luck tonight, and hopefully you pull out one here against Logan.
Okay, thank you. It should be a rivalry. We've played them the last few years. Should be a lot of fun, and hopefully we can play well here. And then Saturday we get the big league game back at home. So big weekend for us.
Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Tyler Jones, our pregame guest, back with more after this on MyLocalRadio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
Are you looking for a better interest rate on your bank accounts or checking account? Then Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you. This is Robert Stevenson, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high interest rate on the first $25,000. This rate is even higher than most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Logan branch on 3rd South in Maine, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed, and Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Grays.
It is the Preston Indians and the Logan Grizzlies coming up here from the Spectrum on the campus of Utah State in just a couple of minutes. Just a few minutes away from the starting lineups. And Ron Smaley, you have a couple of scores to announce from other games involving Preston teams played today.
Yeah, the freshmen and the JV teams also played down at Logan High, and the Preston freshmen ended up losing by 5 to Logan, but Preston's JV won by 7 over Logan. 49-42.
Oh, congratulations to them, and I'm sure that the freshmen gave it a great effort and came up just a little bit short here in the game earlier today. We mentioned in our first segment that this is a team that these kids know each other. They play against each other in the summer times. They're best. They're good friends. What's it going to take for Preston to continue to beat Logan in this rather than a home-and-home matchup they have this year, just the one game?
Coach Jones has always been a good defensive coach, and Preston teams have always played good defense, and this team's no different. And so obviously if we play good defense tonight and make our shots when we're open, we'll be fine. But really it comes down, I think, against a team like Logan that has some athleticism and has some scores. We've just got to play good defense tonight, and we'll be fine.
So it ought to be an interesting game as we get ready to get started. Starting lineups coming up in about 3 minutes in the game, and the opening tip-off coming up just after that as well. So it should be a good game, with Preston having won 8 in a row since that loss at Twin Falls. You know, and as you look back at that loss, and it almost seems to be more of an anomaly now.
Yeah.
That they just didn't play well in the second half, rather than how they played over the last 8 games.
Right. If you remember, we were winning. I think we were up 7 or 8 for a lot of the first half, and which tells us that we can play with Twin Falls, and even though they have a size advantage, we can play with them, but we'll see them again. Yeah. You know, there's a district tournament, and there's state, and other times, so we'll be able to play them again.
If you're Coach Jones, would you like to have another shot at them before the state tournament?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I would. I'd want to get back in their head a little bit and maybe try to beat them, or do some things to learn from them. And they're obviously the team to beat, so I would definitely like to.
Well, we'll see what happens here tonight. It's Preston against the Logan Grizzlies. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up just after this on MyLocalRadio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa?
We're glad you asked that. Kasasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited.
Well, a very pleasant good evening. We welcome you back inside the Utah State Spectrum. Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley as they announce the starting lineups. It's the normal starting 5 tonight for Preston. That's Ty Hyde, Cooper Hobson, Scott Dunn, Luke Smaley, and Riley Parker. The starters tonight for Logan: Anthony McDade, just back off the knee injury that he suffered in football, a 5'8 senior. Kevin Nye, a 6'3 senior, will start tonight as well. Josh Jensen, who had the winning shot in the game against Pineview a week or so ago, he's a 6'6 senior. Jaden Pinniger, a 6'3 sophomore, will start tonight as well. Don't you think he's just because he's a sophomore he can't score. He has a season high of 18. He scored in the game against Ogden this year. And then Kyle Truex, who looks like a middle linebacker, 6'3, a senior, will also get a start tonight as well for
Looks more
the
like
Grizzlies.
a lineman.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a big kid.
I'd hate to see that guy, pulling guard coming at you around the corner.
Right. Yep.
So here we go. Jensen will jump against Hyde, and Ty taps it backwards back into the backcourt, controlled there by Riley Parker. We're underway. Smaley gives it off to Dunn. Now back to Smaley as he pulls the ball back up top. Back to Dunn. Looks at Smaley, bring it over here on the far side. Cooper from the corner. Hobson's first shot of the night is too long as the rebound is off. It's pulled up into the front court. Jensen had to poke away from behind. Tip picked up by Smaley. Here comes Luke all the way. Lay it up and in.
Yeah, it was a nice, I don't know if I'd call it a steal. It was just kind of a loose ball that he got and finished.
Either way, Preston on top, 2-0. Preston wearing their blue road uniforms tonight. After all, we are in Logan. They wear their white trimmed in red. Three-pointer put up by McDade is no good. Saved onto the floor as they give it back to Luke.
That's a good play by Luke to jump up and save that back to Cooper.
Smaley Down the right side of the lane, now down in the corner to Hobson. Cooper kind of pinned there a little bit, drops the ball. Truex spreads those legs out, and he's awful tough to get around.
Yeah, Logan's playing a real intense defense. Preston's got to set some picks and move a little better.
Back out top to Smaley, looks at a three, nope, gives it to Ty, the left elbow. And underneath to Parker, lay it up and in.
And that's a great look by Hyde. I mean, Parker has the ability to kind of hide. Defenses aren't really keying on him, and so it's a great find by Ty.
Back out top, McDade has it. Kick it over. That's Pinniger. His shot is no good. Almost an over-the-back call as Ty dives on the floor, has it, tries to kick it ahead, but the kick is exactly what happened as Smaley kicked into the back court, picked up there by the Grizzlies. McDade looks at a three, short. Long rebound comes off to Smaley. Luke pushes up into the front court, pulls the ball back with the defenders back in greater numbers. Then his pass deflects off Ty, then deflects off Jensen and out of bounds.
I think there's a little bright light effect going on with both teams a little bit. Kind of getting used to the environment, the different aspect of the lighting and everything, but they'll calm down.
I'd ask you a question that I asked Coach Jones off the air. As that ball's into Parker, and Riley with a little short, little bunny, able to put that in, and it's 6-0. The difference between shooting in a gym and shooting here in a big arena.
There's a perspective difference. I mean, there definitely is. I mean, you've got depth perception, and, you know, a lot of times when games are played in stadiums, it throws the players shooting off because of the depth perception, but they'll adjust to it, both teams.
Hyde swings it around. Pinniger down in the corner. Now Pinniger gets it back. Gives it back to Jensen. 15-footer. Needs a bounce. Won't get it. Tapped away as Hyde has it. Quick lead up at the Dunn up in the front court. Defenders are back, so again, very alertly, he'll pull the ball back. Swing it to Hobson in the left corner. Another three. That's no good. Long rebound comes back to Smaley. He'll set the offense up again.
Well, Cooper will have that shot from the corner. Their wings aren't going to be able to guard him, so that shot will be open all night.
He's got off to a slow start each of the last couple of games. Back to Smaley. Dunn looks at a three. No good. Cooper tries to tap it, but Truex has position and takes the ball away. Gets it ahead to McDade up into the front court. McDade bounces it to Truex, down low, nice pass. That goes to Jensen for his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, it was a good pass by the big guy to find Jensen down low. So Logan staying in that kind of a high, intense defense. We'll see how long they do that.
Smaley up into the front court, brings it back to Hobson in the corner to Dunn. Another three from there for Scotty, pure, nothing but net.
We get that corner shot warmed up, and we're going to be in good shape.
9-2 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 4:20 to play here in the first quarter. McDade stumbles, kicks it off to Pinniger. His shot no good. Good defense, rebound inside by Ty. Taps it forward. It comes to Dunn in the corner. Another look at a three. That one's a hair short. Riley's got the rebound. Kick it back out to Luke. Set up the offense. Hobson for three. That's short. He's missed his first 3 shots of the night. Last game against Bigfoot, he only made 3 threes for 9 points the entire game.
Yeah, we start out 1 for 5 on threes, which I'd like to see us work it in a little bit more.
Nye gets a soft shooter's roll, his first 2 points of the game.
Ty Hyde has the ability to get Jensen in foul trouble, so I think we should still look inside a little bit.
3:35 to play here in the first. 9-4, the Indians lead. Here early on, Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley from the Spectrum at Utah State University. Parker, a little short one in the lane, can't get it to go down. Ty bounced it off somebody's head, then he tried to get it back, and now he's fouled.
And he goes down hard, too. I hope he's okay. He hops right up. That's good, but that was kind of a hard. It was an awkward foul. He kind of fell awkwardly on the floor, but it looks like the big guy's okay.
Foul's going to go on Kyle Truex. That's his first. That's just the first team foul against either side as we played.
I don't know about the refs, but the first game, the first half was over by 6:30, so these games are going fast.
Ty makes the front end. Now he'll shoot the second. Ty now with 1. Coming off his season high 26 against Blackfoot. He also had a game of 25 that he scored against Skyview back in the Preston Classic. He makes them both.
Good touch by Ty on those foul shots.
11-4. Preston's up on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as
Larson checked in.
Larson's into the game. Isaac Larson. Also into the game is Charlie Jensen, number 15. Jensen has it. Free throw line extended right. Gets it inside.
Oh.
That's to Nye. Almost traveled.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Nobody called it. Back to Jensen. Now back to Nye on the right side. Down low. Kick it back out as Larson couldn't get a shot off. Now it's back to Nye. Go up and get it and control it. Gets it back. Three-pointer is good.
Logan did a good job there to pass the ball around and get a good shot.
Kevin Nye has 5 of their 7 points here early on. 11-7. Schmaley tried to get it to Hobson. Bad pass. Cooper couldn't control it.
Like we've talked about before, we go to the wings too much at the beginning of the offense. The teams overplay us.
Right.
We've got to start at the high post. We've got to do some other things on that. So
Isaac Larson brings the ball back across the timeline. Indians set up kind of a trap. Garrett Ward into the game here now as well as Riley Parker leaves. That's kind of their normal early rotation. Ball comes back to Jensen. Charlie's shot goes off the glass, no good. Rebound hard, comes all the way back out. Back to Isaac Larson. In the corner to Parkinson, who drives in a whistle. Foul on the drive.
yeah, I think he got fouled. I thought they were going to call it for a travel, but they called it on. I don't know. They called it on McDade. That's what the Spectrum guy said. So that's not right.
That's not right.
I don't know who was it on.
So they must have been on one.
It's on Hobson.
Been Hobson then.
Yeah, Hobson.
He's looking at the wrong roster.
Yeah, now they're laughing over there.
Of course, the way they run teams in and out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same guy that does the regular stadium announcer inside. Nice pass as it goes to Jensen for the layup. He now has 4. Last night he had the Utah State girls against Reno or Nevada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's a busy guy. He's 2 games today, game last night.
You bet.
Ward swings it back over to Hobson. Down low on the block. It goes to High. Little reverse layup is good.
Nice play by Ty to use his left hand, use his body to shield the defender.
Lead is 4. It's 13-9 here with 1.5 to play in the first quarter. Kick it back out. It comes back to Larson all the way back around the far side. Back to Charlie Jensen. He's held on the drive.
They're going to call a hold on Scott Dunn on that. He kind of just paused a little bit. Again, I thought it was maybe a travel, but they didn't call it.
Second team foul on Preston. Ball out of bounds underneath the basket. Kevin Nye will bring it in for the Grizzlies. Referee wants him to move a little bit farther out from under the basket. Now he gets it in as he brings it into Jensen. To Parkinson. To Larson. Back to Jensen. Now back to Larson again. Back to Nye. Looks at another 3. Good again.
Now Logan warming up a little bit. Preston's going to have to up the defensive intensity a little bit.
Nye's got 8 here in the first quarter, and it's 13-12 in the final minute. Schmaley goes around the screen of Hyde, tries to battle off the defender, loses the ball, picked up by Nye, driving all the way, as gets it around Ty, shot no good. Parkinson with the rebound, goes back up, Ty has the block. Here comes Hobson all the way, tries to split defenders, throws it up, but it's no good, but he's fouled, no go to the line.
Yeah, Cooper just about finished on that. That would have been a great finish, but anyway, he'll get 2 foul shots out of it. Pretty good crowd here, Dan. I mean, you got a pretty good Logan student section, pretty good Preston student section, and, it's filled in pretty good here.
I would have to agree.
Yep.
Hobson at the line makes the first. That's his first point of the game. As someone who was here to visit a buddy of mine, Doug Greenwald, who's the radio guy for the Nevada women's team.
Yeah.
I can tell you with assurity there's more people here tonight than there was last night.
I bet. Yep. Well, 2 games, 2 fan bases, and hopefully a lot of the Skyview fans stayed to watch this.
Cooper makes the first, misses the second. 14-12. Preston leads here in the final 20 seconds of the first half. McDade dribbles way out by the timeline, just letting the clock run. Schmaley comes out on him. Now the referee starts the count. They give it off to Jensen.
Ooh.
Back to Larson.
That's McDade now. He just about went over the half-court line. Yep.
With 3-2, not going to get a shot off. Driving, layup, that's not going to count, and he's missed it anyway.
Yep.
They wasted too much time out here just dribbling and trying to run the clock.
Yeah, it was only the end of the first quarter. Yeah.
But we'll take a timeout. Back to the second quarter after this on mylocalradio.com.
Know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back. Second quarter just getting underway. Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors. West Motor Company is the place to go when you're in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Dodge truck. Why? Simple. They make you feel like it's home sweet home. They can give you and treat you right and give you the best deal they possibly can. If you call Cache Valley Home, stop by West Motor Company today and welcome home.
Well, Preston started out real quick with a high intensity. I look to hopefully see him get that intensity back in the second quarter.
Taylor Parker on the floor for Preston to start the second quarter. Look out, Ty's got a steal. Ahead of the pack, went for the jam and missed it.
Got to just make that there. Yep.
Pinniger has the rebound, quickly up into the front court. McDade looks at a three, no good. Tapped out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Cooper had a great steal and just didn't quite get enough jump to dunk it right there. So, good effort, though, and a good steal.
Not often you get an opportunity like that, and certainly you want to try to make the most of it. But sometimes the more advised shot is the simple layup.
Yeah, for sure.
Truex back on the floor, swing it all the way over in the corners. It goes back over to Charlie Jensen in the left corner. Down to Truex. Little backdoor pass as Hyde's going to draw the foul as Pinniger will go to the line.
Parkinson. Another good pass by Truex. He's obviously a good high post passer. Finds those guys cutting and gives them some open looks for layups.
First shot is no good.
Parkinson is a quarterback that played for Logan High and really talented quarterback as well.
Makes the second. Usually the quarterbacks are the best athletes.
Yep, he is a good athlete.
I know at least for 3 of the 4 teams playing tonight, the quarterback is in the game.
Yep.
That's
a foul.
I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah.
As Parkinson tried to saddle up on Garrett, no call. Yeah. Hyde takes a one-bounce dribble, kicks it back out top to Smaley. Back to Hyde. The free throw line, kick it over the corner to Ward. Can't get a shot. Look out, get it back to Smaley. McDade came running across the court trying to intercept it. Now back to Luke, back out top. Just over a minute into the second quarter. Preston leads by a point, 14-13. Ward back to Hobson, down low in the corner. Kick it back to Hyde. Goes around Truex, lay it in. Foul. Basket counts.
Good job by Ty. I really like Preston working it to the high post to Ty and drawing the defense and then either going in or kicking it out. I think it's going to be more effective because they're playing so far out on our wings right now. We're not going back door that we were kind of feeding into their defensive pressure.
If you expect Truex to guard Hyde on the block, good luck.
Yeah.
Whoa, look out. Ripped that away from Parker.
Yeah. That would have been a good fight.
Ty is much too athletic for Truex to stay with him.
Right.
Swing it over the corner. Back out top. He comes back to Parkinson. Down low. Truex gets it around Hyde and puts it in.
Looked like he traveled a little bit, but they didn't call it. But a good play by the big guy.
His first 2 points of the game. Still a 1-point game on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Indians up 16-15. 6:05 to play here in the first half. Smaley pulls the ball out, listens to Coach Jones yell out some instruction. Hobson down in the corner. Now back to Smaley. Hobson within the corner, has another look at a three. Short this time. Truex has a rebound, almost had it poked away.
Yeah.
hangs on to it, gets it up in the front court. It goes to McDade. To Jensen. Drives, runs over a man, offense.
Yeah. Ty does such a good job at drawing those. He just knows right where to be, and he's strong enough that he can take it. That was a great play by Ty. Cooper with 0 for 4 on threes now.
Yes.
You know, I think a couple of those maybe he needs to drive in a little bit, make a layup, kind of get warmed up a little bit. But Cooper will start out slow like that sometimes, then he'll run 3 or 4 off.
Right.
So, you know, you always want shooters to shoot, but I'd like to see a higher percentage shot to get a little lead here for Preston.
Hobson and Tyler Parker out of the game. Riley Parker and Scott Dunn back in for the Indians. Ward gives it back to Smalley now here on the left side. Looks down the side of the key. Gives it to Hyde. Nice hands inside by Larson. Take the ball away. Larson gives it off to McDade on the right side. Pulls up. And now he wants to set up the offense. Gives it to Penninger. Looks at a long three. No. Smalley up high. Tapped it. Controlled by the Grizzlies. Then he back out top. Back to Larson. Back to McDade. He looks at another three. Off again. Garrett taps it this time to himself as they get it back to Smalley up into the front court. To Dunn. Left side. Three-pointer. No. Tide has the rebound. Hyde holds it down on the block. Kicks it back out. Back to Smalley. Luke drives all the way to the hoop. Laid in.
Nice job by Luke, and good assist by Ty to find him.
They go back up by 3 to the Indians. 18-15. 4.5 to play here in the first half. Truex has the shot, and he'll be fouled down low. Who's this going to go on?
Cooper again.
And it's going to go on. No, it's going to go on Riley.
Oh, Riley. Okay.
That's his first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Third team foul against Preston.
Josh Jensen back in for the Grizzlies.
Again,
that's 14
fast game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 8:19, and we're 4 minutes to go in the half. I don't know. These refs just. I don't know.
Can we bring these Utah refs home with us?
I mean, we're going to be done by 9, maybe.
I'll be home and in bed by 9.
Exactly.
As ball tapped out of bounds is going to go to Preston.
Oh.
As I thought Garrett had touched it.
Josh thought that it was off Preston, but apparently the ref saw it otherwise.
Yeah, we're halfway through the second quarter. There's only been 8 fouls total called between the two teams here in the first half.
Yeah, they're letting them play.
Back out top to Ward. Garrett to Hyde. Turnaround 14-foot jumper.
Nice touch by the big guy. Forgiving rims at Utah State.
That's
the cushioned rims.
Ty has 8 here in the first half. Preston back up by 5 again. McDade looks at a 3, can't take it. Nye hit a couple of them, doesn't want that one. Now he goes back to McDade. Down low, kick it back out. Nice step in interception there by Scott Dunn for the Indians.
Yeah, great steal by Scott to anticipate that pass.
Smalley gives it back to Dunn. Dunn looks inside, nothing there, so he comes back to Luke. They're trying to front both Parker and Hyde, I should say, inside. Ty comes back out to the top of the key, calling for the ball, but they give it back to Smalley. Now back to Ward, down low along the baseline. Now back to Hyde, lay it in.
That's really good patience by the Preston offense to get that kind of a shot. Great job.
Nice job by Hyde, too, to use the rim as a defenseman.
Exactly.
And you use the left hand to lay it in.
Yeah, that was good.
Comes back to Isaac Larson. They'll swing it back to Nye. A long three-pointer. Good. Wow.
Yeah, he's their light today so far. So at halftime, I'm sure Coach Jones will make sure we got someone on him.
He's made 3 threes here in the first half. 2:50 to play. 22-18. Preston on top. Goes around the screen. Then the ball knocked away and is going to go out of bounds.
It looked like it was a foul, but they didn't call it.
Hobson comes back in. Also, Johnny Parkinson comes back in. The 6'3 senior for Logan. As
jeez.
I was going to say, why is it not a foul?
Yeah, they finally called it, but he's been hanging on him the whole game. They called it there.
Isaac Larson whistled for the foul. That's 5 now against Logan here in the first half. And now Isaac's going to come out. As the student body sections are at each other, we're all passes. As Ty foul going up, he'll go to the line. Ty took that one across in the eye, the bridge of the nose.
That'll be good to get Hyde back at the line. Good foul shooter.
Josh Jensen draws his first foul. Ty's going to go back to the line, shoot 2. This will be his 4th and 5th of the night. But first he's going to walk down to visit with the training staff.
Yep.
As he took a pretty good whack across the right side of the face.
Did the ref see blood and make him go down there? Is that what
that's a
happened?
possibility. They're getting out the little gauze tissue, the little gauze pad, wiping around up by his right eyebrow.
Yep.
And while they work on Ty, gives us a chance to remind you tonight's game is brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center. Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to a normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medical and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing a treatment plan designed to get you back on your feet. So call today, Franklin County Medical Center. Their hospitality and hospitality and excellence meet. So as they continue to work on Ty over there, looks like still not a timeout call. It's just an official's timeout.
Yeah, the ref's checking on the bleeding and kind of what the stats. So I don't think anybody gets a timeout. Isn't it just an official's timeout?
Just an official's timeout, yeah.
So hopefully he can control the bleeding. We kind of need him.
Yeah, he's become one of the most offensive leaders in the Preston lineup.
For sure.
As the 6'6" center has led the team in scoring 4 different times this year. And for Hyde, he's also turned in a season-high 26 points, as we mentioned, in that last game at Blackfoot last Saturday.
Yeah. Well, and it's great when he's going to the line because that means he's being aggressive and drawing fouls on the other team.
This will be the 4th and 5th shots of the night, and the first one is up and good. Preston up by 5, and Ty trying to make it 6. He makes them both.
Great job.
Made 5 out of 6 on the night, or I should say 4 out of the 5 on the night. And it puts Preston up 24-18 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 2:25 to play here in the half. Swinging around to McDade. Looks down low, gets it to Jensen. Jensen backs in. Wants to shoot over Ty, can't, so he'll kick it back out to McDade again on the left side. Free throw line extended. McDade looks at 3. That's well short and out of bounds.
Yeah, Preston did a good job there of switching on those picks and getting around the picks on that and then being able to defend McDade's shot. That was a good job on defense there.
So here comes Smaley back up in the front court. 2 minutes to play. Trying to get it to Parker. Can't shake loose of Parkinson. Comes to Hobson on the left side. Looks down low. That's a kick.
Yeah.
Ball back out of bounds to Preston. Kick against Kevin Nye, who kicked the ball. Scott Dunn will come over to bring the ball in from just in front of us.
Good idea, but it wasn't there.
Tried to lob inside, tapped away. Here comes Nye quickly up into the front court. Back down in the corner. Penninger drives, kicks it off. Parkinson, soft touch, gets the bounce.
Yep, shooter's touch.
His first 2 points in the game. Still a 4-point lead for the Indians. Hobson dribbles, tries to bank it off the glass, no good. He's 0 for 5 here in the first half. One shot trip for the Indians. McDade driving around Ty, blocked by Ty.
Great.
Saved on the floor by Parker. To Smaley, here come the Indians. Get it back to Hyde, let the big man run. To Hobson, reverse layup, no good.
Wow, that would have been good.
Jensen gets it off to McDade, who hustles it up into the front court with a minute to play. 24-20. Indians on top in the final minute of the first half. Parkinson drives, lays it off. Jensen is fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Wow, that would have been a nice layup to have there, and those will start falling for Cooper. But it'll be interesting to see how this half ends. You always want to go into half on a high, so hopefully Preston can come down and score, stop them, and maybe get another bucket.
So Jensen at the line to shoot 2. The first one is good. In that game where he scored the winning basket against Pineview, he finished the game with 11.
Okay.
He has a season high this year of 22. That came against Sugar Salem. And he makes them both. The 2 free throw shots gives him 6 here in the first half tonight. 2-point game here in the final 45 seconds of the half. Smalley walks the ball up into the front court. Gets it to Hyde. Ty has it taken away from behind, taken away by Larson. Larson tries to give it off to Jensen, lay it in, and we're even.
Just a good heads-up play by Logan to grab it from Hyde when he wasn't looking.
So Smalley gets it up into the front court. Dribbles it against Isaac Larson, who just committed the thievery a moment ago. As Smalley dribbles near the timeline with 10. Comes around the screen set by Hyde. Whips it back around to Dunn. Scott drives all the way, lay it in right-handed.
Nice play.
And Preston will take a 2-point lead into halftime after the first 2 quarters tonight here from the Spectrum on the campus of Utah State. It's the Preston Indians 26, the Logan Grizzlies 24. Back to talk about it right after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
As we welcome you back here at halftime, the Logan dance team performing here at halftime. You get a look at the score. Preston with a late layup by Scott Dunn takes a 2-point lead into the break, 26-24. Ron Smaley, your impressions of the first half?
I feel like this is a game we should be ahead by 10, at least. That's what it feels like to me. But as I look at the stats, courtesy of Lyle Fuller, Preston is 10 out of 22 on field goals, which is just under 50%,
right.
But 1 for 8 on threes. And so that's basically 7 turnovers. We're giving the ball away in those things. And so, again, I just think that, first of all, the shots will probably fall a little more in the second half. But I think we just kind of keep working it into tie, kicking it out a little bit, working it in, and doing our thing.
You mentioned 1 for 8 on threes in the first half. Cooper Hobson was 0 for 4.
Yeah, and again, he's a shooter. He'll probably be 4 for 4 in the second half, you hope. And so you never want to tell a shooter not to shoot. But what we can do is try to work it inside and not take quick shots in the offense and work the time a little bit and get a high-quality look instead of maybe a rushed look.
Logan has tried to keep Josh Jensen out of foul trouble by letting Kyle Truex guard Ty Hyde. That should be what they have to our advantage.
Going to Truex if I was Coach Jones. I like that matchup just because Ty's taller than him and quicker.
And more athletic. We saw in the first half when he went around him at one point. So it's 26-24. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the stats from the first half as we continue after this on mylocalradio.com.
Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Well, the first half scoring looks like this here in the game. For the Logan Grizzlies, really was all Kevin Nye. He had 11 points for them in the first half. Then it was Josh Jensen who had 8 in the first half as well, and Kyle Truex had 2, and that's really the balance of their scoring.
Yeah.
As they were a total of 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half. Really not a lot of fouls shot by the Grizzlies. In fact, not a lot of shots put up either by the Indians. For Preston in the first half, Ty Hyde finished with 10, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Cooper Hobson had 1. Scott Dunn had finished with 5 in the first half. Luke Smaley had 4. And Riley Parker had 4 as well for a total of 26. So 26-24, second half coming up. We're back with the second half action for you right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, Luke.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need.
Here we go, second half.
The team at
As Dan Hubbard and Ron Smaley back with you from the Spectrum at Utah State. Ball will belong to the Indians to start the second half, and they also own a 2-point lead to start the second half, 26-24. As they bring it into the backcourt, it comes to Luke Smaley. Good first half for Luke to Parker. Looks down low to Ty, being wrestled there, and so Parker will take the shot anyway, and Riley nails it.
He's like, if you're not going to guard me, I'll shoot it. Great shot.
They start the second half with Jensen on Hyde rather than Truex.
Yeah.
Back out top to McDade. Swing it over on the far side to Pinniger. Truex looks inside, nothing there. Fakes the handoff. Now gives it back up top as it comes there to Jaden Pinniger. Pinniger, bounce pass to Jensen. Tries to go around a man, kicks it off to Truex from the corner. A 3 is going to be too long. Jensen has the rebound. He'll hang on to it, go around Ty, lay it in.
I couldn't see because the ref was in the way, but Jensen made a layup there.
Yeah, just a little drop step like Luke likes, and then got in between the went baseline on him and able to make the layup. So here's Smaley. Up into the front court, goes to Dunn in the corner. Scott drives the baseline, puts it up, no good. Hyde there to pick it out of midair in one motion, put it back in.
Great job by Ty to follow up the miss.
Ty's got a dozen, 4-point lead, 30-26. McDade just in front of us. Bring it back out top. He wants Nye to go through. Now he and Truex will switch sides. So McDade waits for Truex to get the position. Free throw line extended right. Gets it off to Jensen. Thinks about it. Doesn't take the long 3. Gives it off to McDade now. Looking for somebody to cut inside. Nye goes through, but they can't get him the ball. Back to Truex. Now back to McDade again. Drives
nice
and it's
block
blocked by Smaley.
Great block. Yeah. Here comes the "you got swatted" chant.
And the Preston student body wakes up.
Yep.
Ball comes into Truex. McDade.
Those refs are right in our way sometimes, aren't they?
I know the Logan kid, the cameraman from Logan standing right here too.
Yep.
Nye to Dade, free throw line extended left, back out top to Truex. Inside it goes to Pinniger, turnaround 10-foot jumper, no good. Tapped, tried to be saved, and is saved by McDade in the corner.
Good hustle by Anthony on that.
Shot no good. Parker has the rebound, hands it off to Smaley. Quickly up the floor, and it goes to Dunn, who traveled, trying to come to a stop.
Yeah, he just wasn't quite ready for the pass, and I don't know if Luke threw it maybe a little bit too high. Good idea, but didn't get it executed.
So the ball belongs in the backcourt to Logan. Really haven't seen Preston press at all so far tonight.
Not real intense, have we? And
No.
I kind of thought we maybe would.
Give it to McDade, back to Nye, and Parker comes over and draws the foul.
I don't know if it's on. It's going to be on
Wow,
Cooper.
they're going to call it on Cooper.
Yeah.
That's his third.
Is that his third foul? So here Garrett Ward will come in to spell Cooper.
Line shooting 2, Kevin Nye.
Nye's going to go to the free throw line. There's 11 points that he had in the first half. All from the field. He made this 3 of 3 from three-point range, and he makes the first free throw.
Yeah, he was their offense in the first half, definitely on those threes, and helped him out. So Preston will have to contain him this half.
Has 5 games in double figures so far this year. As he makes a second free throw, you can make it 6 as he has 13 tonight. Back to a 2-point advantage for the Indians, 30-28. Smaley comes across the top of the key, double team momentarily, dribbles out of it. Now pulls up, 16-footer, good.
Good pull-up jumper. That was a good way to break the defense down.
Extends the lead back out to 4. Luke now with 6 in the game. Coming off that great game that he had the other night against Blackfoot when he had 13 inside.
He's walking all day.
That's almost a travel. McDade
Good steal.
Has it taken away. Gets it ahead to Luke. Luke Smaley all the way, fouled by the big man, Kyle Truex. There's that pulling guard we talked about.
Yeah, and then the big guy Ty Hyde goes to get his buddy Luke up and stares down Truex. So now that would be a good match.
Well, that's
Truex and Hyde.
That's one of those quarterback things we're talking about, you know. We talked about quarterbacks playing. You mentioned that the quarterback for
Logan
is Parkinson.
Yep.
Ty Hyde, of course, played quarterback for the first time this past year. And the commit to University of Utah for Skyview,
Falsliff
is the quarterback for their high
but he was
football team
receiver last year, and then he played quarterback this year. He's a great athlete, too.
Smaley missed them both. Stays a 4-point lead. Back out top, it comes to Anthony McDade. Just in his 4th game since recovering from that knee injury that he suffered playing football. There are a lot of football references have snuck into the broadcast tonight.
Exactly.
Back out top, Nye for 3. Doesn't get not to get the bounce. Ball tapped around, and finally it's Parker who basically throws Parkinson to the floor. Gets it to Smaley, layup no good. High with the rebound inside. Foul.
They missed the foul on Smaley, but called the one on Hyde, so Ty will go to the line. You know, Dan, Ty Hyde's done a great job tonight in following and pursuing the basket. He's got, I don't know how many little putbacks and going to the line by just good hustle play. So great job by Ty.
And you have to be impressed with Ty in his ability as he makes the first.
Yeah, for
Simply
sure.
because, his athleticism. We talked about him taking over, playing quarterback instead of offensive lineman this past year.
Yeah.
But he got very little playing time last year.
Mm-hmm. We were so stacked last year on varsity that he saw a little bit of time. Luke didn't get a ton of time. And so, this is a team that only has a couple of kids with varsity experience. So they have basketball experience.
Ty makes them both. Now has 14 as Larson gives it off. Down in the corner, Nye can't get a shot. He'll dribble it back out top. Gives it off on the left side to Isaac Larson. Back out top to Parkinson. Now back over to Nye on the right side. Comes back on top to Jensen. His shot from there, no good.
Garrett's going to get called for a push-off.
Which is too bad because Isaac Larson was flying through and probably wasn't going to be able to reach the rebound anyway.
Well, I think he was flying through because Garrett helped him. At least from my angle, it looked like he did.
So first foul against Garrett. 2 team fouls for each side here in the second half. Larson inside, missed, gets his own rebound. He's fouled going back up.
They're going to get Ty Hyde on that, I think. 0. I think so. No.
Nope. They're going to call him Riley Parker. His second.
That's 2 on Riley. How many does Ty have?
1.
Okay, good.
1 on my unofficial sheet.
Good.
So here's Larson. Makes the first. Or Jensen, I should say.
Yeah, Jensen, their family used to live in Preston. Can you imagine him being on our team? They only moved down to Logan a few years ago.
So he goes 2 for 2 from the line, has a dozen. As Preston quickly gets the ball back up in the front court. They get it back to Smaley. 3:20 to play here in the third quarter. 34-30 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Hyde can't get a shot, kicks it back to Ward. Comes back out top to Smaley. Thought about it. Didn't want to try to shoot over Charlie Jensen, so instead he'll pull the ball back.
Waiting for Coach Jones to call another play, and they'll set something else up.
Wants somebody to move down. They're going to switch as Parker goes down. Hyde comes back up to the free throw line to set a pick.
Nice
to
play.
Hyde.
Oh.
Drives inside, can't get it to go down. Rebound is off to Jensen. Here come the Grizzlies back the other way. Jensen down low, lay it in. Big man ran the floor. You got to get him the ball.
Yeah. And Ty Hyde had fallen down and didn't get back on defense, so we were a little light down there.
Now a 2-point lead for Preston. Through 2.5 to play, and a foul.
Another foul on Larson with the reach.
That's his second, third team foul called against the Grizzlies here in the second half. And the ball belongs out of bounds on the side right in front of the scorer's bench.
Tyler Parker's getting ready to check in.
Tyler's going to come in for Riley Parker.
Yep.
Tyler's not scored yet tonight. He didn't score against Blackfoot either. As Smaley up into the front court to Dunn right in front of the Preston bench. Just whip it down in the corner, down to Smaley. Back to Dunn, kick it back out top to Parker. All the way back around to the right side, it comes to Garrett Ward. Down low to Dunn. Loses Jensen, lay it in.
Great play by Ty. That was a good inlet pass by Garrett to give Ty that angle. That's not an easy thing to do. It was a good play by Garrett Ward.
Jensen picked the wrong hip to try to get to the ball.
Yep, exactly.
Larson up into the front court, has it, comes around to screen set by Jensen. Jensen gets it off the little pick and roll. Nice pass from Charlie Jensen.
They're getting some easy buckets, Dan. Just some simple defensive errors we got to fix.
2-point game. 1:40 to play here in quarter number 3. Smaley puts it up. Oh, got it in. Got it around Jensen. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, he kind of had to angle it to get it over him, but he got it done.
Back to a 4-point advantage again. Larson will give it off to Parkinson. Nye now back up down top. That's Charlie Jensen. Wanted to take a shot, didn't shoot it. Gives it off to Josh Jensen. Are they related?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Josh will take the 2-pointer, tipped inside. Nice tap by Charlie Jensen.
Yeah, Preston's got to do a better job at finding guys and boxing out. That was just a simple box out.
Back to a 2-point lead inside the final minute. 38-36, 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. Ty's tackled from behind by Jensen. What did they call that? Then he rolls over and kicks him in the face.
Yeah, right in front of the ref. I don't know what the ref is. There we go.
Now Ty could have tried to use a little aggression and draw the foul this time on Jensen. Wow. That's ridiculous. Why do you not call that?
I don't know. He brought him right down. That was one thing. But then he rolled over on him and hit him in the head on purpose. You don't just all of a sudden roll.
Well, no, you have to roll that way on purpose. Like you said. So here's Ty at the line to shoot 2 more. First one's good.
Well, the refs need to kind of calm that down a little bit. You don't want too big of you don't want those 2 big guys to start rumbling at each other.
Exactly. I mean, let them get away with stuff like that. Then the game gets out of control.
Well, then you think you can get away with it. Then you start to elbow, and then somebody gets hurt. Yep.
Ty missed the second. He's made 7 of 9 tonight and has 17 in the game. 25 seconds to play. Logan will work for the last shot. Preston up by 3. 39-36. They give it back to McDade. 14 on the clock. Down to 12. Take it over.
Yeah, it's off Logan.
I was going to say it was off of Tyler Parker.
That was close.
Brett Robertson is going to come in, give Ty just a little bit of an extra few seconds of a break.
Yeah.
Have to say, Logan's ball clock management at the end of quarters has been a bit questionable.
Yep. Oh, nice steal.
As this time Larson again takes it away. Look out, we got a scrum on the floor.
Yeah.
That should be a jump ball.
Yep. Possession arrow goes to Logan.
Robertson and Parkinson on the bottom of that scrum. 5.9 seconds left. Kevin Nye will bring in the inbound pass. Nye waiting for somebody to come to the ball. It comes to McDade with 4, with 3. Shoots over the top. May have been tipped a little bit by Smaley, but the rebound is off and is going to be no good. As Charlie Jensen tried the shot at the end of the quarter, and it came up short as the Indians will go off, leading by a point at the end of the third. So they pick up 1 point during the third quarter. We'll come back with the fourth right after this. The fourth quarter tonight sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. It's next, right after this on mylocalradio.com.
The shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Fourth quarter tonight, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting folks in Franklin County all the way back since 1925. When you need their professional and understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91 south of Preston. Their doors are open for your questions and concerns anytime. That's Webb Funeral Home. Here we go, 3-point lead for the Indians as we start quarter number 4. Cooper Hobson back into the game. Got a lengthy sit down during the third quarter into Hobson at the block, turns and he's fouled.
I like that. I like him coming out aggressive, trying to get a higher percentage shot, and that gets him to the line. Make a couple foul shots, he'll get going.
Fouls on Charlie Jensen. That's his third. Cooper Hobson, rather, will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Good shot, Cooper.
First one is good. Ty Hyde comes back in as Tyler Parker will go back to the bench. So a little bit added time for Ty on both sides of the timeout.
Yep.
And Hobson makes the second. Charlie Jensen has it. Now back out top. They swing to McDade. Looks at a 3. No good.
Good rebound.
Rebound is inside. Hobson had it. Tapped it to Luke. Here comes Smaley. Smaley driving all the way down the middle. Scoop it up and in.
Good job, Luke. Way to take it length to length. Good finish.
Nobody turned around to stop him. As we have timeout called by Logan.
Yep.
Nobody turned around to stop Smaley. They all just kept running down the floor, and he just weaved his way through traffic.
Yep. That's the way to do it. Go right to the hoop for the finish. That gives Preston a 7-point lead, so that's a good little run for Preston right there. I was going to say, Dan, I think that at this point of the game, it's just imperative that Preston stays out on their shooters, because really that's apparently Logan's game, is the outside. They haven't really worked it into Jensen. Truex has had some pretty good little interior passes for some layups, but if they're going to get back in this game, I got a feeling it's going to be on a couple of threes here, so hopefully Preston will kind of watch that. Wow, Century beat Twin Falls. I just got a score update. Yeah, Century beat Twin Falls 45-44. That's an upset.
That's an upset.
Yep.
Century, of course, was fourth ranked in the state.
Yep.
Took down the number 1 team.
Yep.
Truex gives it back to Parkinson. Little jump pass to Pinniger. Back to Parkinson. Free throw line extended right. Swing it back down low. Jensen back out top. A 3 for McDade. That's no good. As
good job, Rhett.
Rhett Robertson in the game comes away with the rebound.
Good job by Rhett to box out and get that rebound.
So they go big with Hyde and Robertson and Cooper Hobson all at the game at the same time. Smaley gives it to Hobson. Didn't take the 3. Said he'll drive, go off to the glass too hard. As Ty's going to be jump ball is going to go back over to Logan again.
The last jump ball went to them. Did we get possession at quarter?
We had to do a big start the fourth.
So I like what Cooper did. I like that he drove in and tried to make a little, a little jumper, and that's okay. I like what he's doing.
6:40 to play. Preston up by 7, 43-36. That's just about the biggest lead of the game.
Yeah.
Nye for 3. Short. Hobson has the rebound. He'll simply just hand it to Luke, and Smaley will walk the dribble up into the front court, let the clock run.
Yeah, as I say, I think you look for Preston now to use a little bit of clock and try to get good shots off and take care of the ball.
Yep. Take the air out of the ball a little bit. Just Smaley going to go to the line and draw the foul.
Yeah, Luke does a good job at driving in, and then he has a good job to have hang time and try to get that shot up to draw a foul.
Jensen, his 3rd foul.
That's 3 on Josh Jensen. And Smaley's going to go back to the line to shoot 2 more. He missed his only other 2 free throws of the night tonight.
So, yeah, if we say that, then maybe he'll make these now. Isn't that what we were learning?
It's the reverse jinx. There
See?
we go.
He always misses his second one. That's what you say, and then he makes it, right? As if we have any effect on the game. I think we do.
I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah,
I'll talk about no-hitters in the 8th inning. I don't care. Made them both.
Yeah, there you go. So much for our philosophy.
I learned that a long time ago. There's nothing I can say or do that's going to affect anything that happens on the field.
Exactly.
Kick it over in the corner. 3-pointer from Nye. That one rattles it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what they're going to try to do to get back in. So
that's his 4th 3 of the night.
Yep.
30-second timeout called by Logan.
Yep.
We'll take a quick one here as well. Back with more 4th quarter action from here at the Spectrum after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Juniper Takeout Restaurant.
A higher level of precision and accuracy. That's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
.5:57 to play here in the 4th quarter. 45-39, Preston up by 6. As they get it up into the front court, and Fry has his pass intercepted.
Yeah, bounce pass.
Comes back to Larson.
Preston did a good job of initially breaking the press, but then that one, we got to make a bounce pass there.
Over here on the near side, it comes to Isaac Larson. Tries to drive. Kicking it back over to Pinniger. Back to Pinniger again on the left side. Free throw line extended. Swinging all the way back around to the right side. Back to Larson. Can't get a shot there. They get it to Nye for another 3. Short. Hyde has the rebound.
Yeah, got to know where Nye is. I mean, that was a defensive breakdown right there. We shouldn't have let him have even that open of a look.
Comes to Smaley. Walks the dribble up into the front court. Luke looking for someone to come to the ball. Finally, it's Ward who pops out to the corner. That leaves Hyde one-on-one, but now the double team comes across.
Travel.
As they take it away. Here comes Larson up into the front court. He'll slow things down. Give it to Jensen underneath. Lay it up and in.
Yeah.
Jensen has 18, and it's a 4-point game again.
Go.
Get it up into the front court. As Ty will give it off to Dunn, and it is Tyler Jones standing right behind him calling the timeout. So they'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
That was a good timeout by Preston with, Logan making a little run right there to stop that.
Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market and True Value, not an ordinary grocery store in Preston. They see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery items you'll find. Stop by today and check it out for yourself. 217 South State Street in Preston. 4:35 to play. Possession arrow is in the direction of the Indians. They lead by 4. Logan's out of fouls. They have 16 fouls here in the second half. Preston only has 3.
Lyle Fuller just noted that Preston has not attempted a three-pointer in the second half. That's probably a good thing.
I was just thinking that same thing when Hobson drove instead of taking the 3.
Yeah.
Dunn drives in a crowd, high off the glass. No. Ty with the rebound. Yes, foul. Count it.
And the one. Credit to Preston for not maybe shooting as good a threes tonight and going to other sources. You've got, instead of Dunn and Hobson scoring a lot, you've got Ty Hyde doing his thing. Smaley's picked it up a little bit. You have to have well-rounded scoring like that to be a good team.
Yeah, and recognizing that the threes are not falling and look for something else.
Do what you did right there. Dunn drives in. Dunn hasn't shot a lot tonight, but did a good job to drive in.
Ty makes the free throw. He's 8 of 10 from the line tonight.
That's been big, too.
And has 20 points.
It's been big.
Truex comes back in.
Now interesting that Preston is going to a full court press here.
For the first time tonight, really.
Yep, maybe to use a little clock.
They get it to Truex, 2-on-1. Reverse layup by the big man.
The acrobatic move by the big man. That's great. The reverse layup, you gotta love that.
That's the equivalent of Refrigerator Perry scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, that was fun.
As Smithy gets it up in the front court. 5-point lead for Preston. We go under the halfway point of quarter number 4. Smalley gives it to Hyde. Didn't handle the pass cleanly. Now he'll stop, pop from 16. It's good.
That's nice to see that, Ty Hyde. Great job, big guy.
Everybody fell away from him, and he was wide open.
Yep.
Now Nye takes the 3. That's no good.
Oh.
Ball tipped out. It's going to come all the way back out to McDade. He'll set up the offense again. Swing it down in the corner to Jensen. Now kick it back out. McDade wanted a 3, didn't take it. Comes behind Jensen's screen. Gives it back to him. In the key. Fake left, turn right. Over Hyde is good.
That was a nice move. That was a really nice move.
The big men both have 20. Are they going to call a foul tonight?
Yeah,
Finally, they call a blocking foul.
Yeah. Finally did. That was. He got McDade fouled here, held on to him, but then they called the blocking foul here.
So Smalley's going to go to the line to shoot 1-1. That's 18 fouls now against Logan. 5-point lead for Preston, 50-45. One of the closest games they've been in late.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
First one from Luke is good.
Gives Preston a 6-point lead, and with 3 minutes to go, I think this is going to be a fun finish.
The game that they had against Rigby in the championship game of the tournament was a 7-point final margin.
Yeah.
The win over Burley was 6, and of course the game against Century went to overtime.
Yeah, and that was a good one.
Just short.
Oh, going to get the rebound.
Rebound comes off up into the front court. It comes to McDade. If you missed it earlier, Century beat Twin Falls tonight.
Wow. That's crazy. Good win for Century. I don't know if that was in Pocatello or Twin.
Either way, I'll take it. McDade.
Yeah, but it affects the standings when you.
Right.
Yeah.
As goes to Charlie Jensen, kicks it back out to Nye. Gets a man up in the air, goes around him, shot no good. Long rebound comes back out. Underneath, back to Nye. Gets tied up in the air, draws the foul, but missed the shot.
Wow. I tell you, tonight, one of the things I've noticed, Dan, is Preston's inability to box out and get rebounds. There's been a lot of times that Logan's had 2 or 3 offensive rebounds to keep their possession alive. That's been a big difference in this game.
Nye's at the line to shoot 2. First one rattles around and falls out. Kevin Nye, second. Makes it.
Well, Logan in a full court press again.
He has 17. Get it up to Hides. Quick pass over to John up into the front court.
Oh, he sees an opening.
Drives all the way.
Yeah.
Drives on Larson. Foul, or Jensen rather. Foul on Jensen. That's 4.
Yeah, Scott did a good job to recognize that lane that was open. And, you know, you talk about at a certain time of the game, you really only want to shoot layups, and we're getting there. But that was a good job to recognize that and draw the foul.
So here's Scott at the free throw line to shoot his first free throws of the night. Makes the first.
Great. And this is one of those games, obviously, that if Preston makes its foul shots, they should be okay.
So here's Dunn for the second. Makes them both.
Good shooting by Scotty. Great job. Now, smart defense here. Don't give away anything easy.
53-46. The lead back out to 7 again for the Indians. 2:20 to play here in the fourth. Truex down low. He goes to Jensen. Tries to turn on Hyde. Yeah. Makes it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, we don't want to give away three-point plays right here. So good job by Jensen. He's got some good moves.
That's 3 on Ty. That's only 5 on the teams. They still have one more foul to give before Logan will be looking at free throws the rest of the way.
Yeah, yep.
Jensen completes the three-point play.
Making it a 4-point game.
He now has 23 in the game, and again, the full court pressure. They get it to Smaley. They try to trap in the backcourt.
There you go.
Comes up in the front court to Hobson. Cooper drives all the way, lay it up and in, and foul.
Great.
The foul is on Jensen. He's gone.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Logan's in the full court press, just because we've done a good job really all night at breaking that.
Now they said it's only 4 on Jensen. I had him with 4 previously.
Oh, on Josh Jensen?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's must. How many fouls do we have on Josh Jensen? Okay, so yeah, must be 4.
So here's Hobson going back to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play, and does.
Good. Looks like that 30-second timeout called by Preston, it looks like, Dan.
30-second timeout. With 2:13 to play, back to a 7-point advantage again. 56-49. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Advantage Plus, where what you need for all your financial needs, whether it's mobile banking, free rewards banking, auto or RV loans, Advantage Plus has what you need. With over 60 years of tradition, Advantage Plus is here to serve you with all the services that you want and need. Stop by today and see for yourself. You find them at 311 South Highway 91 in Preston. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What a great high school game tonight, a fun environment. And, you know, for the kids to come play here, they've all grown up here watching the Aggies play.
Right.
And to come here and play a game, even though they've played summer ball here and camps and stuff, it's still great. You got 2 good student sections, you got a band playing, lots of fans. And I hope that this battle of the border continues. D. Jones is the organizer of it, who owns the La Tienda now in Franklin, and at least the restaurant portion of it. And he's put this together, and kudos to him. I think it's a great event.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Logan ball up into the front court. 2:05 to play in the game. Preston up 7 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Kick it back out to Nye. Nye tries to get it inside. Oh, they're going to call Luke on a reach and trying to intercept it.
We're facing him. I mean, in the timeout, I'm sure Coach Jones said, hey, they're going into Jensen, let's face him. And they did that. And but they got caught. But they're not even in the bonus yet. Is that the 6th foul?
That's 6 fouls now. That's the first on Luke.
Yep.
So ball out of bounds, baseline front court. 1:55 to play.
Watch your cutters here off this play.
Referee goes over to the scores table to ask something. Whatever the answer was, it was what he was looking for. And he says, okay, let's go.
Yep.
So pass comes into McDade. McDade drives across the top of the key. Jensen back to McDade. Steps inside the arc, doesn't take it. Nye looks at a three, again passes it up. Back to McDade. His three is good.
4-point game. Preston's got to be careful, take care of the ball.
McDade's first 3 points of the game. They get it up in the front court to Dunn as they break the press fairly easily. To Smaley. To Ward in front of the bench. Back to Luke.
Yeah, I think you make him come guard you here. I mean, we're up 4. Make him foul us.
That's what Ward wanted, or Smaley wanted Ward to come out. Now they can just kind of play catch in and out of the double team. As Hyde comes up to get it. Now back to Smaley. Dunn over here on the near side. Back to Luke again. They get everybody to move up, and they can have an open backdoor cut here in just a second.
Well, at some point, Logan's going to have to foul.
I would think so.
They're down 4.
Inside the final minute, 55 seconds to play. They're down by 4. There's the foul.
Yeah.
As Truex will follow Ward.
Yeah, Coach Brown was just screaming that and finally got the foul. So Garrett Ward will go to the line in the double bonus, so he'll get 2 foul shots.
His first 2 of the night. Garrett has not scored yet this evening.
But he's played good. He's had some good defense and played the role that the team asked him to play.
First one by Garrett is good.
Good for him. Come in like that and knock that down. Big time shot.
In that win over Blackfoot a week ago, Garrett had 5 points and 2 for 4 from the line.
He had a really good game at that game. Yep. Good job, GW. Great job.
His first 2 points tonight.
Got to guard the perimeter now, Dan.
6-point lead. Still a 2-possession game. There's a 3. No good. And the rebound's off to Smaley. Luke has it, gives it to Dunn. Spins out of trouble. Gets it up in the front court to Ward. 39 seconds to play. Give it over to Hobson. Yep. And that's probably not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
No, up 6 with 35 seconds to go. We just make these foul shots and we should be okay.
Fouls on Penninger, his first. As Cooper Hobson will go to the line after the timeout. And we'll take a timeout here as well, here real quick. With 35 seconds to go, we'll come back and have Hobson's free throws when we come back right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Idaho Salvage. If you're doing cleanup work around the yard or garage, remember you can turn that in, the scrap metal in for cash. Just take the metal to Idaho Salvage and Metals in Preston. They pay top dollar for everything from scrap cans to aluminum cans, so take your scrap metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal. They're on West Oneida in Preston.
Mike Lauer and the guys down there are great guys and do a good job, and been a big fixture in our community for a long time at Idaho Salvage.
35 seconds to play. Hobson's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Preston leads by 6. If he makes just one of them, he can make it a 3-possession game.
Yeah, it's a big foul shots here.
First one's no good.
Yeah, we'll get this one and get a 7-point lead. Will be nice.
Possession arrow, if it comes up, is in the direction of the Indians, as Hobson makes the second and has only 6 points tonight, but may have just put the game away. Makes it a 3-possession game with 30 seconds to play.
Yeah, you want Logan to waste some time here before they get a shot up, which Preston is doing a good job right now on that.
Nye.
Good block.
Taken out of the air by Hyde. Gives it to Smaley with 20 seconds to play, and they foul Dunn in the backcourt. That's a big block.
That was a big block, and you're nervous for a minute thinking, oh, don't foul him and get 3 foul shots, but he got all ball, and the refs made the right call.
They're going to run in a bunch of extra people now.
You bet.
The final 18 seconds as Rhett Robertson, Tyler Parker, and Gabe Hammond are all going to come in after this first free throw by Scott Dunn. and it rolls out. So Smalley leaves, Hyde leaves.
No, I think Smalley's coming back in.
Smalley coming back in for who?
Yeah, Garrett.
Ward.
Yeah.
And all this time, Tyler Parker just sitting over there by the scorer's table, minding his own business because he's coming in for the shooter.
Yeah, yep.
18 seconds to play. 59-52 Preston.
Oh.
Missed them both. Ball quickly up into the front court as it comes to McDade. McDade gives it off. Jensen for a three. No good. Smalley has the rebound. They're going to just foul Smalley as Luke just hangs on to it.
Oh, they called it jump.
Are you kidding me?
3 guys are around him like this, and they call it jump.
You mean to tell me one of them does not have an illegal hold?
Yeah. They all 3 had the ball.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. 6.5 to play. Preston just needs to get the ball in. They don't need to have to even get it across the timeline as it comes into Smalley.
Yeah, they won't foul now. They'll just run it out.
Luke just backs the ball back underneath the basket with 2, with 1, and that's it. So Preston picks up an impressive win tonight.
Yeah.
As they win it 59-52 over the Logan Grizzlies tonight. And for Preston, they increased their record. They've now are 12-1, and they've won 9 straight since their loss back in early December in a game at Twin Falls, who lost tonight as well. So a 7-point win here for the Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to the post-game show after this on mylocalradio.com.
This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
As we welcome you back here for the postgame show, Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smalley as the Preston Indians come south to take on the Logan Grizzlies here at the Spectrum on the campus of the Utah State University and come away with a game that was probably more impressive in the eyes of the beholder rather than the scoreboard, as Preston only wins it by 7.
I agree, and like I mentioned at halftime, it felt like a game that we could have blown open a little bit, but we just never quite did. We did what we had to do to win. I thought it was key that we kind of went away from the three-pointer, whether it was the perspective, the depth, something, they weren't falling. So hats off to Preston to say, okay, we're going to focus on something else. That's what good teams do.
Yeah, exactly.
I was impressed with that as anything else.
I mean, you're looking at the stat sheet between during the commercial break, and you mentioned that we didn't even try a three-point shot in the second half.
We were 1 for 8 in the first half and 0 for 0 in the second half. And yet we finished over 50% on field goal percentage, and our foul shots were decent, 19 out of 30. You'd like to have that be more 25 or 26 out of 30, but did what we had to do to win.
You know, we'll take it. We'll come away with the win.
Yep.
As for the Preston Indians, they improved their record now to 12-1 on the year. They've won 9 in a row. And for the Logan Grizzlies, they are now 3-8 and have lost 6 of their last 7.
Yeah. So, you know, Logan's probably getting ready to get into their region and kind of focus on that. They have a tough region with Bear River and Skyview and Green Canyon and Ridgeline. I mean, it's tough. So they're going to have a challenge this year.
Yep, exactly. So good scoring for the Indians. Another big performance by Ty Hyde. Cooper Hobson found some other ways to score because he missed 4 three-pointers in the first half.
Big three-pointer he converted at the end.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah. And Riley Parker had a nice night as well, as did Luke Smaley. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about everything on the score sheet. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Well, we can look at the score sheet here as we talk a little bit more here during the post-game show. First for the Logan Grizzlies tonight, Anthony McDade finished the game with 3 points. Kevin Nye had 17, including 4 big three-point shots. Isaac Larson played but did not score. Charlie Jensen had 2 points in the game. Johnny Parkinson had 2. Josh Jensen, well, we talked about how he was a force inside that Preston was going to have to deal with. He finished the game with 23, which is a new season high for him.
Yep. Josh played really well tonight, and I was especially impressed with some of his little pivot moves and his little soft jumpers. He did a good job.
Jaden Penninger played but did not score, and Kyle Truex finished the game with 4 points. For the Preston Indians, Ty Hyde, who was coming off a 26-point performance in the last game against Blackfoot, turns in a 22-point game tonight and makes 8 of 10 free throws tonight during the game as well. Cooper Hobson finished with 6. Scott Dunn had 7. Luke Smaley had 11, coming off the heels of his 13-point game at Blackfoot.
Good job.
Garrett Ward had 2 points. Riley Parker finished with 6. And Tyler Parker and Rhett Robertson both played but did not score for the Indians. They finished the game 19 of 30 from the free throw line. As, again, another big night of shooting. The game against Skyview, they made 34 of 44 free throw attempts. They had kind of the same sort of numbers each of the last 4 or 5 games when they've had many more free throw attempts than their opponents.
Well, and you're not going to the line unless you're playing aggressive. And I thought Ty Hyde did a good job. I thought Smaley drove to the basket a lot and drew some fouls, and Scott Dunn. And when you're going to the foul line a lot, you're usually going to win.
Right. Yeah.
It's just kind of how it is.
You're being aggressive. And
yep.
when they altered their game from trying to shoot threes to taking it inside. That's where the difference in the foul shots came from.
And the reason that's a little out of their comfort zone. This is a drive and kick team. This is a team that lives on the three, and to not have to survive with the three-pointer tonight was a sign of a team that's growing up. So I was impressed with it.
Take a timeout. We'll come back, get some final thoughts from Ron, and wrap up tonight's broadcast right after this.
In Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest. Most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, welcome back as we wrap up tonight's broadcast. The Indians win it by the final score of 59-52. And Ron Smaley, final thoughts from you after this good game, good win against Logan.
Like we talked about last week, this wasn't a game that affected our standing in our district, but it was a pride game and a confidence game, and I think Preston's going to take quite a bit out of this. They came into you call it a neutral environment, but it's really a home court advantage for Logan. And they played well, and they won. And this is just a great little thing going now into full force into district play with Canyon Ridge Saturday night and then going forward. This team continues to impress. They're not completely pretty. They don't blow teams out like some teams in the past have done, but they find a way to win. And that's just what's been fun about this season so far.
With only 2 seniors on the roster at the beginning of the season, did you expect them to be 12-1 at this point?
No. Absolutely not. I didn't, and nothing against the team. I knew who was coming to the holiday tournament. When I saw Skyview and Rigby and some of these teams, Capital, I thought, well, that'd be good to split some games there, and so I'd say they've exceeded my expectations so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So they win it tonight, 12-1, or they're now 12-1 on the year. The game earlier tonight, Madison, who was the number 1 ranked team in 5A in Idaho, losing to Skyview, 66-57.
Yeah, and that just kind of shows you, that some teams on some nights just maybe don't bring it. And Madison comes down here, they're on the road, they're playing in a gym they've never been in.
Right.
And, it just maybe didn't happen for them.
Yep, exactly. So that'll wrap up tonight's broadcast.
Yep.
We'll see
Thanks,
you
Dan.
on Saturday.
Okay, sounds good. We'll look forward to it.
As we'll talk to Ron then. As for now, that is the boys' next game is Saturday night as they'll host Canyon Ridge at Preston Gym. Game time set for 7:30. Our coverage starts about 10 after 7 on mylocalradio.com. Then our next broadcast comes up tomorrow night as the Lady Indians will again take the floor at Preston Gym as they'll take on the Jerome Tigers. The Lady Indians are looking for their 5th win in a row. Tip-off on Friday night is also at 7:30. Our coverage again will start at 7:10 on mylocalradio.com. That'll complete tonight's broadcast. The Executive Director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Special thanks to Zach Fuller for running the camera for our video feed tonight here as well. So until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard speaking for Ron Smaley, thanking you for joining us tonight as we remind you the final score. Preston beats Logan 59-52. Until next time, we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.